Hey, I'm Ivy and welcome back. This is a full-on drama look. I got a lot of great feedback when I posted this look on Instagram and you guys seem to want to know how I did it. This is one way to accomplish it. I'm sure there are many ways to give yourself a cool dramatic wing. I had a lot of fun doing this one and it's definitely a look I'm going to repeat. So the only new addition to my brow routine is this Anastasia of Beverly Hills Brow Freeze, which I've had for a while, but I wasn't using. It's a completely clear, like gel wax hybrid, and it really does give your brows a lot of hold and gives them that very snatched look. So I enjoyed using it and rediscovering it in my collection. Of course, going in with my daily moisturizing base, this is the Phytosurgence Verdant Forcefield. I'm trying out a new technique today that I have only tried maybe once before, and it's called underlighting. So I am taking a liquid highlighter. This one is the Revlon Skin Lights Face Glow Illuminator, which I believe is a new product for them, and just applying it to a small face brush and using it on the highlights of my face before I put on any foundation or concealer. This technique of highlighting under your base products gives you a really natural looking highlight that's very soft and kind of lit from within. On top of that, I used the Tower 28 Sunny Days Tinted SPF, and I do feel like these two products together worked so well to give me a very soft base. Then I went in with my Rare Beauty concealer, dotting it all over my face, and then used a small setting brush. I think the one I used is from Real Techniques to blend in entirely over my face. Because the Sunny Days SPF is a lighter coverage, when I want to do a more full-on look but I don't want a heavy base, I do tend to use a little bit more concealer, which might seem counterintuitive, but I find that it still gives me the kind of lighter face feel that I like, and still gives me the coverage that I might want. Then I needed to add a little bit of bronze to my face, so went in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Putty bronzer, which is kind of my everyday go-to bronzer. I just want to take a moment to highlight this brush, which is become my de facto bronzing brush. It is actually a full face foundation brush from Pixi Beauty, but I find that because it's so soft and so dense, it works really well for cream bronzers. So lately I've been looking for pretty much any excuse to use the Colourpop Mandalorian palette. I fell in love with this palette and it was very unexpected. It's a little baby bronzy palette and just has a lot of versatility to it, and I really just continue to love the shades. So here I'm starting my wing out with Tattooing Glimmer. It's a bronzy shade with a little bit of silver shimmer inside of it. And I'm using an angled eyeliner brush to really build out that wing. And I'm angling it up towards the corner of my brow from the corner of my eye. So I basically figured out what that angle was first, and then I started to lay down my initial shape. And I'm using the brush to really fill in the areas closest to my lash line first, and then slowly build it out and make it more and more dramatic and build up the color. And then I just went crazy and I started layering a whole bunch of other colors on top of this same liner. So I used another shade from the palette called Creed, and then I took some shades from my singles palette, including Hot Spice Cider from Terra Cosmetics and Royalty from Cleona Cosmetics, just to give the liner a bit more life. Those are all highly reflective duochrome shades, and I thought over the deep brown they would just really bring out the liner in a bit more of the drama that it deserved. And then I took a soft neutral nude shade from the palette called Bantha Tracks and just used it to kind of trace the shape of my eyelid a bit and also soften underneath the liner. And now here comes the tricky part and one of my least favorite things to do, which is using a pencil liner to line your waterline. So it's not that it's particularly difficult to do, it's just can be a pain in the butt in terms of, making sure that you don't poke yourself in the eye and getting it really in that waterline. But if you just use a good gel liner that's very malleable and you take your time and you take a deep breath, it will work out just fine. So I tight lined my upper lash line first and then went to my bottom lash line, and I went over top of the shadow liner that I did a little bit as well to kind of extend that wing and really deepen it at its base. So with a small eyeshadow blending brush, I then took that liner, which was very soft and easy to blend out, and just blended it into the shadow liner. And that together gives you that super smoky, dramatic wing. So you're basically creating depth by starting out with the lighter layer first, using that brown shadow, and then creating the darker layer closest to your eye with the pencil after. I used my concealing brush just to clean up a little bit under the eyes and then curled my lashes, and today I tried out a new mascara from e.l.f. So this is the e.l.f. Lash Beats Defining and Lengthening Mascara. I didn't know if it was going to be dramatic enough to kind of contend with the super dramatic liner that I did, but it worked out pretty well. I think you could probably go with an even quote-unquote clumpier mascara, but I do like the ultimate look that this one gave. I just rediscovered this beautiful lo-fi duo blusher in Rose from Kaleidos Makeup and decided to use it, and I am so happy that I did because I was just reminded of how beautiful and neutral and perfect this blush is. And then I decided to also use the highlighter, which I didn't think I would do, as it's kind of a bit more of a duochrome highlighter, and it's definitely not something that I reach for every day, but I felt like since I was bringing the drama that I might as well bring the drama in terms of my glow as well. It basically has a little bit of pink reflect to it, and it looks like you're wearing a highlighter, but I love how this came together with the rest of the look. For the lips, I kind of wanted to channel this 90s very light nude look. So for liner, I used the Makeup Forever Artist Pencil in Completely Sepia, and it's just a very nice kind of rosy nude color. And then over top, I tried out the Armani Beauty Lip Maestro in the shade 103. Because this shade is so much lighter than my natural lip color, it almost felt like highlighting my lips, and somehow that just felt like it went perfectly with the rest of the look. Because the eyes are so dark, the lips just needed to have a bit of light to them. And there you have it. Full on drama. Because sometimes you want to be the drama. Am I right? I'm right. I know I'm right. So I hope you enjoyed watching this look, and I hope that you'll follow along and try it out yourself. I think it's a really fun way to just amp up your everyday look with a bit more drama. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.